guys, it's Cynthia. Welcome to my channel. So today I did film this look for you guys, and it's pretty much a dark purple lip with really bold eyes. See how I got this look? Then just keep watching. Alright, so to start off, I'm just going to prime my face with Tarte's Timeless Smoothing Primer. This helps me fill in my pores and any blemishes I have so that I have a clear base for my foundation. It also gives me a flawless foundation look when I use this, and it controls my oils, so I really like it. To prime my eyes, I'm going to be using NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. Alright, so now for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Morphe 35O palette. So for transition, I'm just using the shade right here. You want to make sure that every time you apply eyeshadow that you have a base to work with. And I'm just using the Real Techniques base shadow brush to do that. To deepen up the crease, I'm using this burgundy shade right here, and I'm just using a Wet n Wild blending brush to do that. For the lids, I'm just applying this gold shimmer palette from the Morphe 35O palette, and you just want to pack this on, and to make it more pigmented, you can actually spray some Fix Plus in there just to enhance the color a little bit more, and just make sure that you're packing it on instead of gliding. When you do get towards the end, you just want to flick it a little bit, kind of like a liner, just to give it a more sharpened look. So I'm going to be skipping black liner today and just apply this chocolate shadow from that palette. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this really messy since we are going to be cleaning this up with a concealer later on. For foundation, I'm going to be using NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Stromboli. I'm just going to add a few pumps in the back of my hand and use my Sigma 3HD Kabuki brush to buff that into the skin. I'm just going to let the foundation sink in a little bit and move on to my brows. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This really helps keep my brow hair in place. So I'm going to let the brow gel dry a little bit and move on to my face. This is again the NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard. I'm just going to use this to cover up my under eye and also do a highlight. I'm also going to be cleaning my eyeshadow up with this concealer and also apply this in the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and a little bit in my forehead. To blend all the concealer, I'm just going to be using a damp Real Techniques Miracle Sponge and buff that into the skin. To set all of my concealer, I'm just going to be using my Ben Nye Banana Powder, and I'm just going to bake this on my skin. So now that we look like a ghost, I'm going to go ahead and draw my brows on. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate, and I'm going to be using a MAC 266 angled brush. So now that the brows are on fleek, I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up using my MAC NC20 concealer and my Real Techniques concealer brush. Going back to the eyes, using the Morphe 35O palette again, and use the same exact shadows I used on my lids to the bottom lash. And I freaking dropped my Morphe palette and two of my eyeshadow broke, so I'm so mad. But it's okay. Okay, so for my brow bone, I'm just going to be using that first white shadow that I used to set my concealer earlier. And I'm just going to use that with this brush. If you guys are wondering what the pink and white brushes that I've been using, they're just from Amazon. I think they were like $10 and it comes with a set. And then to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to take the shimmer shade and just apply a little bit in there. Using my Real Techniques liner brush, I'm just going to smudge that chocolate shade that I used earlier in my bottom lashes. Using my Wet n Wild powder brush, I'm just going to dust all that cake away. Using my Real Techniques base shadow brush, I'm just going to go ahead and dip that to the same color I used as my transition shade and just smudge that all over my bottom lashes. Using my MAC 224 brush, I'm just going to go ahead and dip back to that burgundy shade that we used earlier and smudge that all over my bottom lashes. So my camera died and it stopped recording, but I just basically applied my blush. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore. I used an e.l.f. complexion brush to apply this. For contour, I used the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette using the first two shades, and the Hoola Benefit for bronzer using Sigma large angle contour brush. For mascara, I used the roller lash from Benefit, and this is the e.l.f. lash that I use. It's called the Natural Lash. You can buy it at Target. So for highlight, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I'm going to be mixing the two shades, Dripping in Gold and also Bubbly. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques fan brush to apply that. Yes! Do you guys see that glow though? Ooh! To line my lips, I'm just going to be taking Jordana in the shade Tawny, and I'm also going to fill in my lips a little bit with this just to make the lipstick last longer. Now for lipstick, I'm going to be taking Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Embellishment. To clean up the lips, I'm just going to take my MAC NC20 concealer. And then I'm also going to take my ColourPop liquid lipstick in the shade Kapow. I'm just going to dot this in the middle of the lips and then blend it out with my fingers. Alright, that completes the makeup look. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this tutorial and leave me comments down below for any requests that you guys have. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!